Hello, welcome to Don't Split the Party, our online tabletop roleplay of our new campaign in Waterdeep. I'm Paige, I'm your dungeon mom, and I'm joined by my closest friends and family. First up, we have Kelly, who plays Misha.
Hi.
We have Sarah, who plays Poppy.
I don't know if that's working, but hi.
We have Colin, who plays Luke.
Hi.
We have Kayleen, who plays Dolly.
Hi.
We have Wesley, who plays Benign Chronicler.
That was too much.
And we have Victoria, who plays Claire Starbreeze.
That was repulsive. Also, still not right.
Isn't it Clara?
It's Clara.
Claire Starbreeze. It's like a 95%.
I told myself I was going to give it a wrong one every time now.
Please. Just keep making different ones. You've got a limited time on that, though, so you got it.
All right, so having a little bit of technical difficulties today, but we're going to start our second session. So first session, we introduce everyone's characters. Today, you all meet. To some extent, that is up to you how. But I will set the scene. So it is now evening on many of your first nights in the City of Splendors, Waterdeep. I like emphasizing the deep on Waterdeep now. That's going to be a thing. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Good, with the skeleton hands. It is now evening, early spring. As the sun dips, you begin to cool off. The yawning portal is crowded with patrons, several of which are drinking, gambling, gossiping, all of the above. And this is where you all converge. Most of you arriving around the same time, but I'd say the first two people to, not technically the first two people to go were Luke and Dolly as they walked by on their way to deliver a letter. But if we're talking about the evening, the first two to arrive at the yawning portal would be Benign and Poppy. You'd spent approximately just over half an hour walking down from the North Ward from Cassius and Penny's to retrieve a missing Arthur from his meet and greet and read through. You're about less than 5 minutes away as you arrive. You've been discussing human nature.
Do you dream?
Yeah, a bit, but don't remember it much, to be honest with you. I was wondering if your type dream at all, or just make it up as you go. I'm not sure.
Benign's pin comes back into his finger. He reaches into a pocket and pulls out a stone and focuses on it. And some swirling nonsense words just kind of play across it and stop, and they don't mean anything. And Benign says, I try.
You go to bed trying to dream, or you wake up trying to remember?
I think to this rock. If there's a dream, I would have it on there.
Is that stone like the Waymute? The front of the, the gates?
So
The Waymute, that thing you talk to, and it tells you where to go and which way you're headed and all that?
no, this is my lucky rock.
Lucky? Are you lucky?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, I guess that's the both of us then. Is that what you want, to be lucky, or are you just like sorting your books and all?
Don't people call things that are small that they keep on their person lucky?
Not quite. They call them pets, or, pet names is all. I mean, lucky could be a pet name, but I hadn't heard it.
Benign starts writing.
Oh, you don't have to write everything I say down. It's half of it's hodgepodge.
Benign keeps writing.
Okay. Do you know what this Volo guy looks like?
No.
He hadn't come to the shop before.
Has he? Paige?
Probably not, no.
No.
Oh. All right. I mean, what does a writer look like? Have you had other writers to your shop?
Only books.
Oh. I guess we'll have to look for some things that define him as a writer. I'm guessing he'll have a fancy scarf of some kind and probably a pen and a quill or notebook. He probably looks a lot like you, honestly. You could be Volo. You sure you're not the Volo?
Benign starts looking around, seeing if anybody else looks like him. Or them.
They would not find a similar looking humanoid.
Is there others of you?
Of me?
Yeah, I hate to be so brash about it, but you got a certain look to you. You don't look quite human, so to speak. I'm not either fully, so I can't blame you, but you don't look like the rest of these folk.
Me is somewhat new to me, but I do not think there are two of me.
Right. I mean, are there other Benigns, like chroniclers, so to speak?
I hear Volo is a chronicler.
I guess, yes. Do you have a mother and a father?
I don't know.
Oh. Oh, chub. It's all right, sweetie. You don't need them. They're not that great all the time. You seem well off all on your own. All right. Do you know the innkeeper here at the Awning Quarter, or do I need to ask around?
I have never been this far.
From the shop?
Yes.
But you knew the way.
Yes.
All right. I'll do the talking then. You're looking for the same guy I am, so don't get away from me, all right?
Benign is looking.
Okay, we'll head in if we're close.
Looking for what?
For the same guy she is.
So where I look, you look.
You quickly recognize that there seems to be a man of some authority behind the bar. Seems to be cleaning a glass mug.
Excuse me. Are you Master Volo?
He doesn't quite acknowledge you yet.
Excuse me. Are you Master Volo?
He kind of looks over at you. No. Turns back to what he's doing.
Thank you.
I don't know what to do. I'm gonna scan around and look. Do I see anybody that I would look like a writer to me?
Roll a perception check.
I think we lost Kayleen and Colin, by the way.
Yeah, I see.
Nat 20, unnecessary. 21.
That's the first roll of the whole campaign, and it's a nat 20. That's awesome.
It's the first perception. It's a 21.
You look across the quickly crowding Yawning Portal as it starts to become evening. The ground level is pretty dense. It seems like it's a general admission, people just walking in and out. You look around, you don't really spot anybody, but as you look up to the several tiers above, you can see, even from the ledges that you can peek over from below, that it seems less crowded up there. The lighting seems better. It just seems like it's private kind of sections, and the higher up you go in the Yawning Portal, the more exclusive clientele seem to be chatting.
Uncertain of a particular creature's, which part is a particular creature's face, I lean down towards some part of this other creature and say, "Excuse me, are you Master Volothamp Gejarm?"
You can see it's a very small, very, very small humanoid figure on like a bar stool just to the right of you guys, sitting and drinking what seems to be a small glass. And as they turn to you, can see it's like pretty much a goblin in like formal clothes. He's like, "No, I'm not."
Thank you.
You're welcome. He kind of looks at you as he drinks with both hands from his mug.
Benign, I can't blame you for your approach, but maybe we can fine-tune the searching, take less time.
Are you Master Volo?
No, listen. We're looking for a man. Do you know the difference between a woman and a man?
No.
Okay, how about this? Let's head up the stairs, get a view from above, and if I see anybody, I'll point them out to you. Let's try that. I'll start heading towards a stair, potentially to get a view.
Okay, around this time, Victoria, Clara Stargraves.
You got it!
You would have arrived a few minutes earlier, but at this point you do see the familiar young face, Eugenia, who you picked up from the docks, come in her best set of clothes, a kind of rum sack over her side, and she's kind of trying to spot you out over the crowd.
Give her a wave, gesture her to my table.
As she comes over with you, you can see there's two people towed in behind her, both humanoid. One seems to be a reddish pink tiefling woman, and a human male in dark clothing.
Hello, little gem. You've brought friends, I see. And kind of extends to have them sit if they'd like.
Right. I didn't get your names, but yes, they've helped me out, brought me here.
Well, it seems they could use a drink. It is the Yawning Portal after all.
Right. I don't know if Colin and Keelan are maybe having some connection issues. You guys hear me all right?
They're just
I
muted.
think we're back, more or less.
Oh, okay. So I've just had Eugenia walk up to Victoria with you guys behind her. She offered you both a drink.
Well, I won't say no to a drink.
I have never turned down a single drink in my life, and I do not plan to start now.
My kind of woman. That was way flirtier than I intended. She waves to the bar guy.
Durham is the barkeep. Durham is not quite known for leaving the bar or really paying attention to anyone besides someone directly at the bar. But there are several barkeep, female barmaids, kind of roaming around with trays and miscellaneous stuff that you quickly flag down.
Yes.
And bar men.
Ooh, she definitely goes for a barman.
Yeah. Okay.
She looks for a barman.
Barman, damn you, barman.
What's the opposite of a bar maiden? Barman.
Yeah.
Bar boy.
Bar boy.
Barback.
That
Bareback.
boy. Raw dog.
There you go. They're actually called raw dogs.
Barbell.
Barmaids and raw dogs.
She flags him the nearest raw dog. It's worse than a sentence.
Raw dog, I need you.
Raw dog, this way.
A young man comes up. He seems like he's just old enough to grow what little bit of a mustache he can muster.
Given the context of the previous statement, yikes.
Yeah, I did that on purpose, you fucking monsters.
I'm sorry that broke
You
me.
the
I
monster.
broke myself.
Yeah,
But he's got a honking donger.
The barbacks are actually just naked. The barmaids are wearing full clothes. The barbacks are just young, erect men, just
The raw dogs,
fully
though.
in the butt.
Like their real name. Raw dogs.
He's the only one naked. He's naked from the waist down because nothing can contain him.
Oh, I hate it so much.
Hello, young man.
The Raha dog's name is Raha Dog.
Does that mean that we have to hear the screams of 1,000 dead elves? It's really the mood killer.
Raha Dog.
Oh, bro.
We're going to hell.
Yeah, Hondo P.
Is his name Hog?
Hog Raw Hagen? Raw dog?
Hog the raw dog.
Sounds like WWE names, but in the worst way. The raw dog hog.
Hog Rogan.
And he takes the rock and he just fucks him. Like, what?
I hate that.
It comes
so
out in
much.
those tiny, tiny little underwears that are made of like latex and sadness.
Latex and dead. And hope, because, man, they're just holding on.
The underwears are the people, because yes.
Okay. The man is fully clothed. He does not have a donger. He is a man of
fully
age.
cocked.
Not
Why do
old.
I even go to this bar? Sounds terrible. It does not attend to my womanly needs.
There's going to be so many more.
I'm moist always. Womanly needs.
It should tend to womanly needs. It's called the yawning portal.
Yeah, you guys open up called womanly needs. Okay.
It's blood.
Next bar name, the Whispering Eye.
Oh. No.
Okay. So you flagged down someone who works at
Rahagdin?
Oh, his name's Hodge, just because it's close enough. And it's not a joke.
So I call him Hoff.
And what do you order? Just some beers for the table?
Some ale for my companions.
Clara Starbreeze, you happen to flag down a relatively large available table. So when you are joined by Eugenia, your new employee, you could say, as well as her two guests, there seem to be a couple extra seats, which is a nice pleasure for you in your business dealings.
That sounds convenient. I'll take it.
Potentially. A few moments later, you would see the young man comes with 4 glasses and drops them off the table for you all.
Thank you. And what was your name?
Our name or his name? I do not know his name. My name is Dolly. And this is Luke.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
You're so formal, man.
It's nice to meet you, Luke and Dolly.
Dolly, yes.
Dolly. I am Clara Starbreeze.
Do you always go by Clara Starbreeze, or is it just Clara, or is it sometimes Miss Starbreeze? Otherwise, that is a lot to say.
Only Miss Starbreeze if you're being formal. Clara, Star, you, hello, hi there, lady. Truly, it has no matter.
But you have a name, so it's Clara. You should respond to Clara.
I have many names, but I respond to Clara.
I do not understand. Do you understand?
That's a mad mysterious.
All right, mysterious.
Well, Miss Starbreeze.
You're so formal. Oh my god. It's Miss Starbreeze. Thank you
Oh,
for
yes,
the
Miss-
strings.
Of course, Mr. Luke and Mrs. Dolly.
Is she making fun of my accent?
She bought us beer, darling.
Don't call me darling and you fucking shit in my face because I have an accent. You all sound so fucking sophisticated. Oh my god, so cool. I'm Luke. I talk all slow like. Do you know what you sound like?
Approximately like that.
Yes, that is. I was showing you. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Truly, yours is far more fun to imitate than his.
Do not sell this to dungeon masters anywhere.
Dungeon, what now?
Yeah, never mind.
All right.
What?
Unless you guys, yeah, no, okay. Misha, you've been running a little late. Mrs. Arrington of the Arrington family has taken up eating up much of your time asking for her new custom handkerchief. And you arrive a little after the barred three-string set at the Army. When you arrive, you find him where you stumbled upon him before, I'd say. Maybe this is not the first time you've been to the Yawning Portal. He's in the back corner where there's a little small stage, and he, as well as several other musicians who kind of sit on the sides of it, all wait for their turn. Now, he has just begun playing on his three-string guitar, or flute, where he gets his name. What would you like to do while you wait for him to finish his set?
Is there a little table or something by his set area?
Yes.
So I would take a seat, and I'm not quite finished the handkerchief. I'd take a look at the handkerchief. I cut any loose strings that may have not been attended to when I was busy with Ms. Arrington. I pull out a little piece of white ribbon and I fold the handkerchief and I tie, the ribbon around it. After I'd finish that, I would wait maybe till I saw someone come over and maybe order an ale while I'm waiting for him to finish.
Okay.
And while I'm waiting, I'm actually I would have brought maybe the starting of Ms. Arrington's handkerchief, and we'll maybe just, start working on that a little bit while I'm waiting.
You said you had to finish up his, though, right?
Oh, I just cut a couple loose strings that I didn't finish, trimming. And I would just wrap it in a little bow.
How much time would that take?
3 to 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, so you're about 5-10 minutes into the new piece with the special fabric that was hand delivered to you by one of her handmaidens, and you start working on her specifications. When the lute stops playing for a moment, there's a small round of applause around you, which you might not hear when you're focused. And the next thing you know, the familiar voice of Three Strings is sitting across from you at your table.
Great set.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Looks like you're enjoying yourself all alone.
Yeah, busy at work. I had a long day and trying to catch up on some things. But I finished your project. Here, and I hand it over.
He takes it, he kind of flips it over on both sides. His fingers kind of trace the lyrics that you've embroidered on the handkerchief.
And I'll go, your request is quite interesting. And I'll start reading it out loud. I go, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. Sounds like you got a crush on someone.
The words of love are the most charming to listen to, I've always said.
Well, whoever the special lady is, I hope she likes it.
I will certainly hope so as well.
And I'll clink my ale to his.
He grabs a glass he's kind of carried over and clinks it with yours. Right. How much was that again? What did we agree on? I apologize. It's been a long day.
5 gold pieces.
Wonderful. He takes it out of his coin purse and then hands it to you. You can see he delicately takes the bowed handkerchief and puts it to a safe pocket. So are you gonna enjoy yourself, or are you planning on working on whatever that other piece is?
I'm gonna finish my drink, I think, and enjoy the next set. But to stay as busy as I can, and I kind of pull out my project and kind of start working on it again.
Okay. After the exchange of the money and the handkerchief, you'd see he kind of quickly departs to a small group of fans who sit in the same kind of section of the yawning portal as you do. And for him, he's in his glory. They all seem to be doting on him and complimenting him, male, female, doesn't matter the race. He's just taking every compliment his way. Another musician begins to play, and the room starts to quickly fill as the night continues. Benign and Poppy, how's it going?
So Benign, you see that guy right there? He's the bard. He's the one playing the music. Yeah, that's not the one we're looking for. If they have an instrument, not likely a writer.
Marked off the traits.
Okay. Instrument, sings a song, that kind of thing. Not very interesting. All right. Oh, right next to there's a scarf. Good. Looks like they're working on something. Not sure what that is. We could go talk to them. They don't look like a man, though. Not Volo, but maybe knows him. Maybe a fellow writer.
We could ask.
We could. Okay, I guess we should.
Around this time, Poppy, as you've kind of wandered from small sections of the yawning portal trying to spot the famous author, a young woman, reddish hair, curly, with a tray, walks up to you. It is Bonnie, one of the barmaids here at the yawning portal. Can I, and she kind of looks at you both, can I get you a drink?
Thank you, miss. Yeah, I'd love, do you have any ales on? What's your ale?
There's a dark house porter, it'd be great option, yeah.
Do you have any whiskey?
I believe we do have some whiskey, yeah.
I'll take a whiskey instead of the ale. Benign, what would you like? I'll trade this time.
I do not drink, I don't believe.
Are you able to, or you just choose not to?
I could try.
2 whiskeys then. Let's start him off strong, all right?
Should I make it a double then?
Just 2 singles, 2 separates.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. A few minutes later, she brings back 2 glasses of whiskey. Are you looking for someone? You seem a little lost.
You're the perfect person to ask. I didn't think to go to you first, but yeah, we're looking for Mr. Volo. We heard he was staying here, and he was meant to come up to the north side of town and do a meet and greet, but he ended up bailing last minute. And I was wondering if you'd seen him.
Oh, wow, that's terrible. Yeah, he's upstairs, I believe, sitting in one of the tables. all
Up in
pish
the
posh.
room?
I'm sorry?
Is it a closed room? Is it private?
It is private, but he tends to come down later in the night when it's a little bawdier, if you know what I mean.
Oh, so we got to just hang about, wait a turn.
Just a tad, yeah.
All right, all right. Can you put in a word with him?
Yep, I'll do my best. What can I do? What can I tell him?
You know, just if you could point him out for me when he comes down. I don't really know the look of him, and neither does my friend Benign here. So just a little hint as to who he is so we don't waste anybody's time.
Oh, I can tell you what he looks like.
Oh, perfect. Benign, we finally found our luck.
You're Volo?
No, my name's Barney. Yeah, so he's I know, like a regular looking middle-aged guy. He's got a little stouter. He's got a kind of a what would you say? A kind of bigger hat. I know it looks round. Kind of sits on his sides. He's got a big beard and dark mustache, and typically he always introduces himself, so you know who he is when you see him.
All right. Is he taking questions, or is he a kind of private guy?
Oh, he'll definitely take your questions.
Oh, great. That's good news. All right. Well, hopefully we can convince him. All right. We'll enjoy our drinks. We might be calling you over later for a few more.
Oh, yeah, sure thing. Just flag me down.
Any tables? Do you know if there's any reserves?
No reserves down here. Common, first come, first serve. You see a couple tables over there. If you're feeling a little risky, there seems to be a couple people with some chairs over there. Over there is where the musicians are in the back corner. I mean, pick your pick.
All right. Thanks, Bonnie. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, you're such a sweetheart. I'll come back looking for you.
Thanks, Bonnie. Okay, Benign, it's your time to study. Where would you like to study tonight while we wait?
Sweetheart.
It's like a pet term, like we talked about with the lucky thing. It's what you call something special. Yeah, well, speaking of, where would you like to look at people so you could take some notes? We could sit anywhere.
I am content.
Okay, did you like the bod? Or did you like maybe something new, meet someone else?
Are you Master Volo?
No, but Benign. How about this? How about you ask everybody? Oh, that's Yada. Oh, shit. How about you ask everybody what they'd like, what they dislike? How about you just quiz everybody here, and I'll just stick with you. Okay?
I will do this.
Okay, bud.
Yeah, so I'd say a couple minutes into your kind of venturing throughout the bar, lower section of the tavern, sorry, I'm making a choice on the fly. And by on the fly, like in 20 seconds.
Fuck it, you'll do it live.
Fuck it, I'll do it live. Okay. So as this is happening, a few of you are sitting at a table. Some of you are walking throughout. The sounds of gamblers yelling and drunken adventurers singing bawdy songs nearly drown out the off-key strumming of a young bard 3 tables over. Then all the noise is eclipsed by a shout. "You pig, like killing me mates, does ya?" And then a 7-foot-tall half-orc is hit with a weld. Swinging punch from a male human whose shaved head is covered with eye-shaped tattoos. 4 other humans stand behind him, ready to jump into the fray. The half-orc woman cracks her knuckles, roars, and leaps at the tattooed figure. But before you can see if blood is drawn, a crowd of spectators cluster around the brawl. All of you. No, actually, probably, if I'm being honest, probably not Kelly, but the three at the table, Poppy and Benign, would all see this kind of commotion occur. What do you do?
I would sit back to the edges of the room and watch.
I'll drag my stalwart buddy with me to go check it out.
The big one seems to have quite an advantage on the smaller one.
Yes, Benign, let's sit back here and take notes. Let's not get involved.
That's too far back.
Okay, well, 10 feet closer?
10 feet closer.
Okay.
10 feet closer.
What about you, Victoria?
She seems to be frozen.
Oh, I didn't know if it was just me. I was trying to gauge your reactions. Okay, we'll play that by ear. If Victoria, hello. Oh,
She's catching up, I think.
okay. I can't hear her yet, though. Do you?
It's like, you know how the processing catches up? I think that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Not yet.
It's all right. I'll keep going. Honestly, it's not an end all be all encounter on this one. It's more like a commotion, like a peak in the calm. Yeah. All right. That's okay. So Dolly and Luke, as you approach the spectators, you can kind of tiptoe and look over, and you can see that the one man who shouted out and punched the half-orc female. It seems to be the two of them kind of squaring off, fisticuffs only. But the four other men kind of stand waiting behind the guy, waiting to make their attempt. You can see... after a few minutes, maybe not even minutes, maybe only a few seconds, the two of them both get in a couple hits. But
Wait, real quick.
Oh, okay.
While they're fighting, can I go over to the four guys and be like, so who's your money on?
Before you do that, roll just a wisdom check for me. Just like roll d20 and just add your wisdom modifier.
That's 219.
They seem to be associated with the man who threw the punch. You notice that the one kind of shaved.
I know.
Oh, okay. They kind of look over at you and scoff as you kind of approach them. And one of them seems to like, not very dominatingly, but just kind of like dismissively kind of push you back into the spectators.
Hey, now, I'm just trying to get some gambling going.
We weren't here to talk to you.
Surely you're up to putting...
These guys do
Sorry, say
not...
that again?
Oh, he said, we weren't here to talk to you. You can tell that these guys definitely seem to be a rougher bunch, rougher than the snake gang that kind of delved deeper before. And all of them seem to have this similar kind of eye-ish tattoo on them, somewhere on their body.
Benign, you can see that this guy's trying to pick a fight with the Outlanders.
Benign looks up from his writing and sort of shouts into the two of them. Can you read?
There's a lot of kind of gawking and, kind of shouts from the spectators. So they probably wouldn't acknowledge you, Benign.
Interesting.
Do you want to take a bet on if they can or not?
Bets.
Will you wager money?
You trade money for...
If you're right, sir, if you're wrong. I bet they haven't. Well, most of them. Are we talking all or none?
The crowd around the fight kind of picks up in their enthusiasm. A lot of them stomping, clapping, cheering. It seems, even though it seems like a pretty hostile fight between the two, there's definitely some sort of ordinance to it. It's not like a 5 against 1. The other guys seem ready and looking for a fight as well, but they kind of follow what seems to be the guy in the center, their leader's kind of general directive. But the yawning portal kind of erupts, and these spectators that kind of gather closer to the center of it, so really close to that like opening into Undermountain. I guess my question is, before I kind of like describe the brief encounter, did you intend to interfere, Luke, or are you just trying to ask?
The intent was basically to try to calm it down a little bit from their end, and maybe get them involved in something to take their minds off of getting involved with the fight.
Gotcha. Okay. Maybe by the way they responded to you, or just their intent on the end result with this half-orc, they seemed not just like a general comeuppance caused this. They seemed like they were coming here focusing on this woman, and are waiting to see, who can beat who, for whatever reason.
Well, Dolly, I don't think they mean to gamble with us.
Is that rude? What?
I think they may be intending to...
To what? Spit it out.
I don't know. Beat this woman for some reason?
So we will beat them.
Good.
What?
Potentially.
These are fucking ruffians from the street. Like, they can take me. They can definitely not take you. Look at you.
I don't know about that. I'm not necessarily all that tough.
The fight starts to turn a little bit. At first, those couple cheap shots that this guy came in as he shouted out to this woman have definitely cut her, and she seems to be bleeding. But now the tables are starting to turn. As you can see, this half-orc with relentless fury is pounding into this guy. And you can't help but see that one of the guys who sits kind of anticipatory cries out in frustration. He goes, "Come on, Krentz, get that Zent!" And he's like waiting for this guy to knock her out. But unfortunately, after a few seconds, if you're all watching with the rest of this, the spectating crowd, this half-orc happens to be able to knock out this guy cold on the ground. His body hits the floor unconscious. And no sooner after he falls, and the crowd kind of like taking some step back, giving him some more room, but breaking up their curiosity. Durham, who's again the proprietor of the Yawning Portal, from behind the bar, you see him slam on the bar and point his hand to the front door, and he yells out as the rest of the guys kind of gather their unconscious friend and carry him out. And you can see that the half-orc woman who kind of stood her own, she kind of wipes off a little bit of blood that kind of streaked down her mouth. She definitely looks pretty rough. Within, only a couple more hits would the opposite have been the difference. But you see her try to, with some pride, return back to where she was sitting and finish the drink. And a couple other people, complete strangers to her, clap her on the back and offer her some firm encouragement as she tries to play it off. And after a few moments, it seems that the Yawning Portal kind of returns back to normal. But with this eruption of violence, you can't help but sense this lingering pressure and tension in the room.
What has been achieved?
Well, right about nothing, honestly. But it looks like they had something to prove.
I have seen rats fight over a scrap, and one runs away with the bit after it has won.
Yeah. It's not a physical bit. It's more like a mental bit, like information maybe. You know how you're always taking notes in your book? They're taking notes on how that half-orc happened to fight.
Me too.
It was a test, it seems.
Thank you.
Of course, Benign. What catches my attention is the girl over there who didn't watch the fight as it went down.
I'm meticulously working on this very intricate flower bouquet on this little handkerchief. She needed all these stinking flowers in here. Oh, why did I promise this to her?
I'll walk over to this scarfed, distracted woman. Hey, me and my
No,
friend Benign were wondering why you didn't watch the fight just then.
I turn up and I go, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just a little stressed from trying to get this done. And how it's a bar fight. I'm sure I didn't miss much. I look over at her companion, kind of befuddled because I don't think I've ever seen anything like him before.
Benign looks at the handkerchief and then drops the book and pulls out one of the lucky pebbles and starts writing words on the lucky pebble.
Your friend is very strange.
Yeah, he's a right good lad. But the name's Poppy. This is Benign.
Oh, how rude of me. Yeah, I'm Misha.
Misha.
Misha. It's nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, nice to meet you. All right.
Are there chairs? No, it's okay. I should probably. I've been doing this all day anyway, and I kind of like stuff it into my pocket.
Benign,
You can have a seat with me if you want. I don't really have much company.
Benign holds out the pebble, and it's got the same floral lace pattern imprinted all over it.
Oh shit!
It looks like lace.
Wow, this is really impressive. How did you? And I just kind of like tap him on the shoulder. And can I keep this?
Yes,
The stone.
Oh, thanks.
I have 4.
Oh, if it's meaningful to you, here, you can have it back. It's really pretty.
That's his luck. He calls it his luck.
Oh, I don't want to take your lucky stone, please. Here, and I give it back to him. Are you an artist?
It goes with the handkerchief.
Oh, okay. And are you an
What's the
artist?
phone?
I am a chronicler.
Chronicler.
Benign, grab the seat before someone steals it.
He grabs the seat.
Sit in the seat, Benign.
Yes.
I'll sit in the other one. Thanks for letting us sit there. Ran out of space. Back further into the inn, the keep, or whatever this yawning portal.
Oh, so are you from town?
No,
From
I just
Waterdeep?
stayed here. Yeah, not from around here. I'm actually from up north.
Okay, yeah, I'm not from here either. I've been here a couple weeks, but yeah, just trying to get some work done, make some money. I'm a seamstress, so
Oh,
yeah, whatever pays the bills.
how much coin you making?
Not much. I really just been doing odds and ends, like fixing seams and really boring stuff. But this is like one of my biggest projects so far. Out of nowhere, this lady came up to me and she seemed really fancy and wanted this, custom thing, and I promised it by tomorrow. Oh, what were you thinking, Misha?
Well, is there anything we can help with? You can see Benign's quite crafty, and I have my wits about me.
No, it's okay. But thank you.
Yeah,
So-
no problem.
So what brings you to town?
Well, I'd love Benign to tell me, honestly. I just met him this afternoon, and we've got to talking. But, yeah, Benign, why are you in town? Why are you here?
I've been here as long as I can remember.
Oh, wow. Do you
Oh,
have
so
a record of time?
There's a clock in the store.
How many times has it spun around all the way? That's an hour, by the way.
Oh, that was not a good question to ask. I'm sure this guy's gonna give you some
12
crazy.
hours. No, the long. How many times have you seen it spin, so to speak?
I have not seen it not spin.
All right. I'm guessing he's been here a long time. To your age, Benign.
I don't know.
Oh. Well, like I said, it's just an afternoon for me, a few weeks for you. So, Benign, you're the expert of Waterdeep. What do you got to say for it?
I have read at least 100 books about the town.
Oh.
I could tell you every nook and cranny. But this is the first time I've been here.
Mm. Yeah, I've been here a couple times for a drink and the music. Music's really good. So yeah, Puppy, what brings you to town?
Oh yeah, I'm just looking to meet this fellow guy, this writer. He's from here, I think, or lives here or something. Apparently he hangs out in the bar upstairs. So we're waiting for him to come downstairs so I can ask him a few questions about his work.
Well, let's see, what kind of book?
It's called Voll's Guide to Monsters. I pull out the book.
Oh, yeah, no, not monsters.
Not your interest?
Get into plants?
Plants?
Yeah, my parents owned an apothecary at home. Not monsters.
I would say the monsters is a new interest of mine. But yeah, just looking to get it in a. I don't have the time to read this cover to cover, and I'm looking for some specific.
All the luck.
Thanks. I'm not too hopeful about it, honestly.
I can read it cover to cover.
I hadn't thought of that. I can read it too. I can read. It's just I was so driven on finding this guy, this Volo, that I didn't think to read the book I've been carrying all afternoon.
So after you talk to Vala, what's your plan?
Oh, well, I was planning on heading back up north to my mom, talk to her. I hadn't seen her in a couple of years, so just checking in with her, telling her what my life's like. I was hoping to find a good job before then, because, yeah, I was needing some coin as well, like you, but we'll see. That's why I'm in the City of Splendors, of course.
Are you good with needle and thread?
You could say that, yeah.
Oh, well, you can always, stop by my my stand tomorrow. I could always use a hand. Oh my God, I can't believe she wanted a dress too. Oh my God, she wanted a dress and all these stupid things on it. Oh my goodness.
You have the materials.
Back at my shop tomorrow. I'll have to go do it.
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
I look around. Benign, you can listen in. Actually, I don't know if you're against this or not, but I learned some magic that could help us.
Oh, what kind? I know some magic too. What kind of magic?
Oh, well. And with the moment, she'll look around to see if anyone's paying attention. And with a bit of string around wood, you'll hear like a puff come from the center of the table, and you'll see nothing. But in front of you, where you laid your handkerchief, it'll be lifted up, and you'll start seeing the thread following the pattern you've already set in place.
Oh my God, you have one too?
Wait, this isn't just me. You have this too.
Yeah, I have a Jenny. She does everything for me.
Oh, it's called Jenny the spell?
No, that's her name, Jenny.
Is it all Jenny?
Jenny, she, I wrap the string around the thing and she does all of my,
Is it the same girl or something?
Yeah, she's my, my helper.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't call it Jenny. Is that rude of me?
No, you can name yours whatever you want.
It didn't have a name, to be quite honest with you. It's just kind of an invisible thing. It's a new
I just
thing.
find it easier, if she has a name, I can talk to her when I'm sitting there, working or whatever.
Mine,
It makes the time go better.
I guess, but it's I don't really need to talk to it. I just kind of let it go. I tell it with my brain. It does it for me. Didn't think to give it a name is all. I guess we'll call it Jenny 2.
Jenny 2.0.
Is that the thing?
Sure.
Jenny 2.0. All right. So yeah, we can just have a chat, have a few drinks, a laugh, a banter, you know.
Yeah, I could definitely use your help tomorrow. I can give you 3 gold for the day's work.
Just Jenny doing it?
Yeah, the more Jenny's, the better.
All right.
All right, so tomorrow, well, in case, I forget to tell you.
Do you have a place
What?
to stay?
Yeah, I've been staying at the, hold please.
Last Dragon Inn.
Thank you. Last Dragon Inn, for the last week or two.
Stay with you if that's all right. Not to push myself on anybody, but I'm new in town. Haven't even found a place to stay yet.
I'm sure they have rooms, yeah.
All right. Yeah, you won't have to hunt me down.
What?
You won't have to hunt me down.
Yeah, and then I can show you, to my stand.
Benign, you
Oh
meant
my
to help
God.
Benign's been just writing furiously, watching the Jennies, and has this really complex diagram of trying to figure out what could possibly be happening. And as he lifts the pin off the page, the words start to kind of come off the page and then disappear, and then you just see the handkerchief lift up and drop, and he says, "Jenny."
Did you make your words come off the page?
Don't all writers?
No.
Huh.
You're weird.
Yeah, I never seen something like that, to be honest.
You just
How did you learn how to do your spells?
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
I studied, of course.
Oh, so you're a wizard too?
I mean, you could say didn't go to a professional wizard school or nothing, but a practice.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm new to it.
Same.
Yeah.
I studied for a long time with no luck, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah, whatever can help me, make my job easier. So far, so good.
Benign, you're gonna help. Oh, you are helping with your words, yeah. We could open up shop, guys. We could make some good money in Waterdeep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
As you all are talking, because you've been talking for a little bit, Dolly, Luke, Clara, Starface.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Awesome.
Sarah Starface.
What happens to the 3 of you, I guess, after the conclusion of that fight, that fist fight?
I'm going to commend the Lady Fighter on her impressive battle prowess.
She's getting like a pat on the back from another guy, and he's like, "You really deserve a beer. That was amazing. That was really amazing." And he's like trying to put on the charm, and she's like, "I'm good, thanks." And she kind of, with a deep voice, kind of drinks a beer, and she puts it down, and she stands up to go to get another one, and she happens to see you as you're approaching her.
Excuse me, I just wanted to say that first off, it was not very fair. Those guys were going to gang up on you. There were 4 more. I would have stepped in. I'm very powerful myself. Not as powerful as you. You're very powerful. This is something else entirely. But I'm very powerful, and I would have stepped in. But you did so very good. You really you led that guy out.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yes. But why did he fight you?
I think those guys are just after Zentarum, honestly, but it's all a big misunderstanding, honestly.
A misunderstanding?
Yeah, I mean, they think I'm one of those Zentarums. I'm just paid to protect one right now, like a hired, self-sufficient, muscly bodyguard. Yeah.
Okay, I have one of those. He's over here.
Oh, hi. Yeah. Wait, can I? Sorry. What's your rate, by the way? I feel like it's constantly changing. It's really hard to figure out what's appropriate to charge these days.
It all depends on the complexity of the current process. For me, it's basically scratch with this little lady.
Very nice. Yeah. Listen, I appreciate it, but if you're gonna offer me a drink, I can also handle myself in that department. So we should be all good there.
All right, well, I did not want to bother you. I just wanted to say hello and that you are very powerful and I admire it deeply. And I hope that I see you around, and so does my friend. Slash bodyguard.
You're sweet. Hey, you want to do an arm wrestle?
Was that for me or her?
Probably to you, Luke. Nothing against baby.
Our arm off. She would have a new weapon and it will be on my arm and she'll beat people with that.
Well, while I am flattered that you think I can match you in that department, I think maybe a little bit more in the dexterous side of things rather than the strong side of things.
It would have been almost a fair fight considering got a couple notches off my belt from that last one. But yeah, maybe I'll find another contender later today.
I'm sure you will.
All right. Victoria, what are you doing?
Inside baseball meta game question. Am I intended to keep Eugenia around?
Nah, you don't have to. No problem there.
Do you want me to though? That's
No, I was just gonna keeping that completely open to you.
So I almost called her Rapture.
Oh.
Tough. She has arranged to meet up with Cardin James, the head housekeeper at the home in the South Ward that she was going to have be a boss for Eugenia. So when she sees Clara, Cardin come in, I'm Clara, Clara. She brings her over and just kind of we don't have to role play it, but arranges to get Eugenia to her new position.
Okay, yeah. She's full of thank yous and cannot stop, appreciating everything you've done to get her off the dock, literally, because it was pretty terrible work. After she kind of departs with her new boss in tow, hopefully a better future as well.
I also tell her before she leaves that if she needs anything, just look me up.
Look for Starbreeze.
Yeah, or I have a friend at the yawning portal that can get in touch with me, Yagra, so she can.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, what is her plan after that? After Eugenia leaves?
She's probably gonna try and scam some drinks off of men. For being frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just keep her skills sharp.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
No worries. Actually, she could also talk to Yagra if that's an easier thing to do.
Yeah, what would you guys talk about?
I would sit down with my friend and she would say, Aquaria or Clara or Thistle. What is it now? Or something to that effect.
Who would? I'm sorry.
Yagra, to me, I assume.
Oh,
She knows.
okay.
She knows me. Also, I figured that would help you not have to try to remember things. She would know me by my real name, not my pirate names.
Well, I guess what I want to clarify then is like, are you still with Luke and Dolly? Like,
Am I? Or are they still talking to the giant lady?
they were talking to Yagra.
Oh, that was Yagra. Okay, I wasn't sure. Oh, then yeah, I approached all three of them with my friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you mind talking business in front of them?
Oh, I can. Oh, Yagra, you've met my new friends.
Oh, I didn't know they were friends with the infamous Aquaria. Yeah, they were offering me some arm wrestling later, potentially. I mean, not today, but later.
Oh, you should. She's quite a treat.
That I have no doubt.
Get a few drinks from her and you'll win every time. She kind of elbows her.
I didn't hear you were coming around here this quickly. What brings you? What's going on?
Oh, Gerald. He has run into some acquaintances. You haven't heard anything from him, have you?
No word from Gerard. But no, I'm just doing some odd jobs here and there.
Anything I'd be interested in?
Nothing really. You know, just the standard. Two groups can't get along, as it's always been.
Never interesting enough.
Yeah, and roll a history check for me.
Ooh. 8. I know nothing.
No, it's basic. It's really basic. You hadn't heard a lot of details, but recently you definitely heard there's been an increase in fighting between two, I don't want to use the word gangs, but I guess like two rival factions in Waterdeep. The Zentirum, who are notoriously like an underground, like black network kind of group who kind of work in the shadows. And the Xanathar gang. They seem to be butting heads.
And she's just a mercenary to protect the Zentirum, right?
Yeah, like her most common job recently, and this is something you'd know a little bit better just because of your work with her, is she's been kind of hired to be like a protection to a Zentirum agent. But she's, you know, just the same old, and when she's kind of alluding to that, in considering the fight you kind of watch from the the outskirts of the fight, you can see that was just another recent example of it, but obviously she can handle herself.
Well, if you ever want to feel the wind in your face, you know who to let know.
No, I'm happy staying put. I like keeping the fights over the table. You know, monster hunting and all that's not quite my thing, but I don't know, maybe you should ask your new friends. Maybe they're monster hunters.
Yes, I'm a monster hunter. I'm an adventurer. All of these things I can do. You can too.
Kind of monsters?
The large and scary type.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, you know, anyone can be a monster.
No,
I can also fight the small kind too. I'm just saying, typically they hire me and I go and I fight the big one. Correct?
Well, I don't know that I've seen it happen all that often. Yeah. I don't doubt that you have and do.
Can you be cool? Like for once? Sorry, my friend has this thing, it is called amnesia, and sometimes he forgets the things that have happened to him recently. Like me fighting monsters near him.
Oh, right. There was that large metal one that you did pull me from.
Right.
Well, you certainly sound really capable.
I cannot tell if she's being sarcastic or not.
No, she's kind of taking. She seems. I mean, sarcasm doesn't seem like something she does very
Yeah.
often.
Oh, thank you.
And did one of these monsters lead to you getting that? She kind of twinkles her fingers. Interesting hat, Mr. Liv. I've never seen anything like it, and I've seen my fair share of strange headwear.
Well, they're not all that uncommon where I come from.
So interesting.
Yes, your hat's so interesting.
Well, I would be lying if I said it was the first time anyone had ever been impressed with it.
Oh, I'm sure it's one of your more, she kind of looks him up and down, impressive qualities.
Well, I'm not sure that that is a compliment. If my hat is an impressive quality.
Among other things, I'm sure.
I think she's talking about business.
Well, of course we're talking about business. She's wanted to hire us as monster fighters.
Did you grow up in a barn? I grew up in a barn. I know what she's doing.
The Raha Den.
Now you see, there's playing along with it, and there's not playing along with
We
it.
don't have to play along. We can speak plainly. She's talking about your business.
Yes, my business.
Very
I
astute.
see.
Aquarius is watching.
Yes, well.
Oh, it's all in good fun.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
As you're talking about business,
Heinous.
that underlying tension from the fight between Yagra. Oh, there's several layers of different kinds of tension. Sexual being the utmost. Finn. The tension between the two gangs. You see, you've felt it ever since, like that uneasy feeling in the bar. And as you're talking and settling in a little bit again, relaxing, you hear shouts of alarm suddenly ring out as the echoing from the underdark of the tavern kind of rumbles. And out of the darkness seems to be a hulking creature begins to climb out of the shaft in the middle of the tap room. A monster with warty green skin, a tangled nest of wiry black hair, a long carrot-shaped nose, and bloodshot eyes. As it bares its yellow teeth and howls, you see that a half-dozen bat-like creatures are attached to its body, with 3 more circling above it like flies. Everyone in the tavern reacts in fear, except for the barkeep, Dernan, who shouts, "Troll!" As he jumps over the bar, you see him grab a greatsword, and the crowd starts to quickly scatter. Most of the civilians, not used to the actual evil and darkness underneath, coming bursting out of the bar. I need everybody to roll fucking initiative.
Oh, Colin and Caitlin's computer
You're
died.
kidding.
Just put it in the chat.
Oh!
Let's roll and see if they get back in before.
Yeah, let's give that a shot. Tuesdays are cursed.
Tuesday, light me up.
Tuesday, fuck me up, fam.
It's almost 11.
That's true.
Yeah.
But we gotta fight and then unite as one party first. How will we be friends?
Yeah, just tell. I know you're texting them, Sarah. Just tell them roll initiative, and we'll probably end the session there then, and pick it up when we're no longer cursed.
Boom, boom.
Oh, he officially left. Got it. I had a delay on that. Let me just write down. I'm going to write this down. Hello?
They muted themselves, but they're
Okay. For everyone who can hear me on their initiative, again, we'll just take it down and I guess get ready for next session then. 25 to 20?
20.
I see Colin talking, but I didn't hear a thing.
20.
Well,
to
not
miss.
in that 20.
Okay.
19.
Yeah, I have a 22 sided die.
I have 100-sided die. I rolled a 79.
20 to 15. 15 to 10.
14.
11.
11.
Mhm.
Who is the better dex modifier?
I have a +1.
Oh, I have a +1 as well.
God damn it.
Who has more hit points?
I have 10.
I have 7.
All right, Sarah's gonna go first then, of the two. Misha,
I need 7 hit points.
Artificer.
They start out with 7 or 6.
I don't know. 10 to 5. Dolly, what did you get?
I got 6.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we'll probably kick it off with the combat when we're not cursed, just because, yeah. It's going to be, just for everyone, FYI, for planning, initiative order is going to be Aquaria, or Clara Starbreeze, Luke, then Misha, then one of the creatures I described, then Poppy, then Benign, then Dolly, and then the giant hulking creature, which is a troll. So the troll's going last because he rolled a 2. Yeah, I think that's where we're ended. The stars were not aligned on this one.
Yeah, it's all good. We still have fun.
It was good.
All right. Next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday, Benny won't be here.
No.
I'll be here next Wednesday. I won't be here the following Wednesday.
Oh, good.
This month is going to be a difficult one. I can sense it. All right. Good night, Internet.
Night, Internet.
Goodbye.
Bye.